Hello.
I really hate that hello is going to be the first thing I'm going to hear.
Well, it was the first thing I heard Tiger say
Hello?
the 3 times I logged on to this call with audio.
Hello.
Yeah, but one day I'm gonna introduce a character like that, and the voices are going to go away.
No.
And you're going to hear it all the time.
It's funny. There is a word for child in Goblin. It just happens to be exactly the same word as their word for meat shield.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
No, I made that up just now. Okay.
Adam, before we get down to dungeoning and dragoning, could you just refresh me? Obviously, we accepted this contract from Lord Bloom, and we're going a place to talk to a guy about a demon. Could you just put in place, guy, and demon for me?
Well,
we are going to Tumulus to search for code name N. And he will have intel on the unnamed 7th demon that is apparently a snake.
A giant snake.
A giant snake, yeah. A mysterious independent sort of operative of the Guiding Bolt who only goes by N in correspondence, who tried to tangle with that demon and was apparently horribly injured.
Yeah, but he doesn't have code, so he still has to go to work.
Also, an important point within my notes, Lady Fitrion did not take the biscuit.
She did not take the biscuit.
She did not take the biscuit.
She did not take the biscuit.
I will get her to take a biscuit. By the end of this campaign.
Listen, it's good that you have goals.
But also, Malcolm, no does mean no.
That's true. You need to walk this tightrope.
I do? Wait, what's the tightrope?
Not a literal tightrope, though. It's
between your goal of getting her to take a biscuit and also the universal social contract of not violating her consent for biscuits.
Damn.
Yeah, you've got your work cut out for you, bud.
It's It's not going to be as easy as just shoving a biscuit in her face. You know, you got to do it right.
What's your alignment, Isaac? Do you have a character alignment?
Oh, yeah, I did. It was chaotic good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you turn it to chaotic evil, you can gaslight her into liking biscuits. But
gaslight her?
Yeah.
Can I still gaslight her? You know, chaotic good?
I don't think so. I think that gaslighting is largely an evil act.
Oh,
that says the rogue.
Says the rogue.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. Well, there's a difference between gaslighting and just like regular everyday deception.
Harassment.
What was that, Isaac?
And harassment.
And harassment. Yes. Well, no, it's a thicker line actually, between deception and harassment.
Okay. Well, I have an idea. I think I got a really good idea that should work, as long as she's not very observant.
Well, she didn't notice that the guy was not a halfling, so I mean...
She was a dick to him when he was a baby halfling.
Yeah,
I think none of us knew that he was the friggin' Lord Bloom.
Oh, I did, obviously.
Wait, seriously?
No.
You didn't say anything?
No, I did not. I had no idea.
He did not.
I had no idea.
The fuck?
Alrighty, so do we take a short rest in game to recover?
Yes. So you guys remember what happened last time? You had a wacky battle with the old man Lord Bloom, still a bit spry, maybe not all there in that brain pan.
Oh, definitely not.
You broke his front hall. He thought it was hilarious.
Thank God for that.
And then he brought you into the other room and briefed you on where you guys were going, which is sort of the archaeological uncovering of the ancient city of Tumulus. And yeah, as far as that goes, he says, you're absolutely free to leave in the morning and have yourself a nice little rest. I'll have biscuits sent to your guest rooms.
Yes. Did you hear that, Lady Knight? Biscuits.
She rolls her eyes. She's hanging out in the back of the room.
His eyes at her.
What just happened?
Yeah, that was wildly unintelligible, bud.
Oh, sorry. No, when she rolls her eyes, Malcolm narrows his eyes at her and like mumbles to himself, "You will eat a biscuit."
He gonna get biscuited.
I'm gonna put that biscuit up, yeah.
Oh, don't.
No, that was
good
the line we just talked about.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Down, yeah.
But she can't even go to human resources because he's a halfling.
They have a humanoid resources in this world.
Humanoid resources, goblinoid resources.
Yep.
That must be crazy working in that department.
Yeah, you know what? That's an idea for a campaign right there. Human resources in the fantasy world.
Just remember, folks, HR is not your friend. They are the overarching villain.
I mean, that's exactly how I would run it, but yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Goodness. Okay, so as you guys shuffle out of the side room there, you can see that there's a groundskeeper from the grounds who is installing a ladder right here. Yeah, so standing on top of the sort of the crumbled ruins of the previous staircase that you guys absolutely destroyed, mostly Malcolm.
No, that was entirely Malcolm. Oh, I love your poorly drawn ladder.
Yeah, it's a nice little. I mean, I could get a. You know what? I could spend the time, but I think that's more quaint.
I think it's quite quaint, especially because it feels like the groundskeeper made it this morning.
There's like one rung on that ladder that's not complete there. It's like
more than actually.
It's a wizard's house.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
It's magical wood.
Like, oh, well, this is not an OSHA standard workplace. Why don't you call humanoid resources about it?
Nah, those sons of bitches are terrible.
Lord Bloom has you over to a lavish dinner that night. Mostly halfling food, so, you know, like a lot of things that are drizzled in candy, essentially.
Can I make a sleight of hand roll?
What would you like to do with a sleight of hand roll?
I'd like to flip a biscuit onto Lady Knight's plate. I keep forgetting her name.
Lady Fitrian. Lady Fitrian.
Lady Fitrian. Okay. Lady Fitrian. Excellent. Yes. Oh, I have a +1 to sleight. Well, I'm not proficient in sleight of hand, but I have a +1 to dex. Yes.
Yeah.
Halflings are naturally.
That is a 5. Okay.
Well, let's see how she does on her. Well, she's a cleric. She might not be able to even... That might have been as good as a natural 1 there. Unfortunately, I don't have her thing up. I think she's got a... It don't matter. 9 on the die, so...
Yeah.
So, she, you know, you just kind of like flip it over. She you know, while her face is turned away, but she immediately turns her eyes back towards the plate when she hears like the clink of it hitting her plate. And then she just kind of turns around and glares at you.
I'm sitting there with food in my face. I look towards her. I'm like,
She grabs a napkin off to the side, puts it over the biscuit, picks the biscuit up, and sort of like flicks it over onto the table there. She didn't even want to touch it.
Oh, the insult.
Lady Fitrian will remember this.
Oh, Malcolm will also remember this.
Well, I'm glad to see we're all becoming fast friends.
And then I'm gonna put the antidote in a biscuit, and she's gonna have no choice.
Due to audio issues, all I heard at least was, and then I'm gonna put the antidote in a biscuit.
Malcolm's apparently turned to Jigsaw.
Well, everybody knows Jigsaw was chaotic good.
All right, so yeah, you guys are sitting there, you're having your meal. Lord Bloom is kind of blathering on about one thing or another. kind of going like, oh, then I fought Squintex the Devourer and his many multi-toothed barb proboscis. That was probably the second or third one of these demon creatures that I was able to destroy. Oh god, all of the juices just sort of like flowing out of them. It's just, quite disgusting, you know. So, they ate 5 towns by the time we caught up with him. It's just, oh,
thank the gods. Sorry, I've just heard that story like 17 times.
This sounds fantastic.
I think you and I have different definitions of fantastic. All right.
A bevy of servants kind of comes around. They're still serving out food and everything, and taking away plates as necessary. One of them comes with a nice little woolen blanket and just kind of like puts it over Lord Bloom.
Oh my god, he's dead.
No! Puts it onto his shoulders
to
keep him warm because he is an old man.
It's so true.
Just wakes up with this blanket on him. That must happen to him several times a day.
It does. It's already happened several times in the times that you've known him. Oh.
Wait, where did we go? Oh.
Now we know how he's gonna die. He's gonna get attacked by a blanket demon and react too late.
Isn't there a mimic that can take the shape of a blanket or a carpet?
There is like a living carpet that I would absolutely use for that encounter. That is not currently on the docket, though.
Give it time.
Yep.
Can you fight Alan Grant at the archaeological site? Because that'd be hilarious.
Can you fight him or meet him?
I mean, meet him and then we can fight him. That's fine.
That's an interesting question.
Our contact N is actually Alan Grant, which would be hilarious as well.
Yeah, Al and Grant. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you see that?
Even as you guys kind of pop out to go to your guest rooms for the night, there is a mason and a carpenter from down in Stoutheart who are sort of inspecting the area and just sort of like rolling their eyes at each other.
This is not the first time they've been up here this month.
You guys go to sleep. You each have your own room with very luxurious feather beds and silken sheets.
This is probably like the first time Malcolm has like slept in a bed for like probably months from all his traveling. So he like belly flops onto the bed and like does like the worm and stuff, and he's like, yes.
So all I hear from the room next door is like a hideous creaking, and I'm like, he didn't even go in there with somebody.
All you hear is some strout, yes, and you're like, oh.
God.
That was pretty quick.
No more biscuits from Malcolm.
An excitable fellow.
Yes, you enter in, and there is a little plate of biscuits in each of the rooms. You can hear Fitrian cursing.
Yes.
Yes, all according to plan. And you guys gain the benefits of a long rest if you don't have anything else that you wanted to do with your night.
I'm gonna sneak out into town and murder 6 halflings.
What?
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Roll for halfling murder.
No, I'm kidding. I would never.
If you murder 6 halflings, does that still only count as 3?
It's 3. It counts as 3.
3 lings.
Gaspar has phased through the wall. Yeah, you guys awaken in the morning. Lord Bloom is already up because he is an old person and he wakes up at ungodly hours. But yeah, so how do you guys wake up, by the way? That's an interesting character question.
No, I mean, I guess Malcolm...
Are you morning persons, or...?
Malcolm is definitely a morning person. I would say so.
Yeah.
He kicks the door open. He's got like this luxurious robe on and like a pipe, some pipe weed, and he's strolling down to the back area. And he's like, "Morning, gentlemen."
He has time
Madam.
to break into Lady Fitrian's room and just place biscuits all around her on her bed.
And candles, and then hire some people from the village to put on robes and start chanting.
Put some biscuits in front of her doors, like, cause like she has no choice but to be like, you know, Gotta say, I'm putting biscuits everywhere. I'm gonna run out of biscuits at some point. I need to place these strategically. I'm gonna think about that. But no, he's gonna stroll down to the bathhouse and, just gonna be like, just enjoying the luxuries before they hit the road, because this is probably maybe the last, not the last time they'll be able to do this, but this is the first time for a very long time he's been able to just lounge.
It's a couple of days' journey to actually get to Tumulus. Well, is there anything else that you boys need from me before you head out? And I guess also you, Lady Fitrian?
You could use a fresh supply of biscuits if you wouldn't mind.
Fresh supply of biscuits? Oh, you liked them that much, did you? I'll absolutely send your compliments to the chef.
But no biscuits. Yeah. Just compliments.
Just.
I don't suppose you have any sort of spooky, magical, demon-killing weapons you'd be willing to let us borrow for this journey?
Well, I'm afraid that most of those end up with agents out in the field, but,
You mean like we're about to be?
They bring it themselves, what can I say? Let me see what I can scare up for you. He starts... he kind of goes to a back room.
+1 biscuit of demon killing.
That's a powerful weapon.
You just have to convince them to eat it without crossing that line.
Oh, you don't have to convince them at all. You just shove it in their mouth. They're demon.
Oh, what? So they're not people? Oh.
Maybe that's why Lady Fitrian doesn't want to eat the biscuits.
Fuck.
Are you sure it's not because she has a cedar pine up her ass?
I think it might have a lot to do with that, actually, yes. Biscuit down her throat, stick up her ass.
Where did I put that? I just... Whoa. You hear the sounds like pots and pans moving around and stuff. It's like, ha! Oh yeah, no, I mean...
Is he gonna give us a frying pan of demon slay?
He comes out and he pulls out a holy symbol, which is roughly cross-shaped holy symbol. It's very nice. It's like gold trim and electrum, sort of like that sort of vibe. Very shiny.
Great.
Nice.
Yes.
Does it have any,
here you go.
Magical properties, or is it just heavy?
It does have magical properties. He holds it out to you.
Yeah. I will take it from
and if you go when you go to take it, he presses a button and a blade flicks out the end. It is a dagger, and he's like, "Oh, here, got you, didn't I?"
You really got me.
It is a dagger that can be disguised as a holy symbol, and rather than regular dagger damage, you see that there's a glow to the blade.
Ooh.
This dagger deals radiant damage.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
Master Volcrovars, is there anything that I can do for you? Is there... Perhaps I have something that I could, bequeath onto you.
Did you say bequeath?
Would you be able to get a message to Tuskep?
Absolutely. We have couriers, and some of them of the more magical variety. What would you prefer?
Whatever you think is most suitable. A message for Price's Magical Emporium. Tell them about Tumulus. I believe their master would be quite interested.
Certainly. I don't mind sharing intelligence with the fine goblinoid nation of Tuskep.
Well, it's mainly Harmony Price. He's an ally of sorts.
Oh, I see. Price's Emporium. Okay, all right. I'll draft a letter this afternoon and send it down.
Thank you.
And you, Master Malcolm. Here, have a biscuit.
Ah, thank you, sir. And he just opens, he takes this little sack out of his bag. It's like his snack sack, I will call.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of lets the biscuit go in there. Is this biscuit special?
Well, you'll just have to wait and see.
Oh,
God.
He gives you a wink.
Malcolm is also gives him a mischievous smile back. And it's just yes.
Could I perhaps get something? Well, you boys better be on your way.
That we shall.
Mm.
I'm gonna put the dagger holy symbol like away inside my coat for easy access. What I love about that is it's great for stabbing demons, but it's also great for sneaking a knife past security, which really hits me where I live, you know? All right. What is the fastest route to get to archaeology site?
Tumulus. Well, let's have a look at the map. The sunny hills of Eldritch, the Houndstooth Hills stretch across most of the land. It's hills and plains that you are going to be dealing with, as well as a sort of the southern reach of the Glitter Gold Greenwood, which is sort of a magical wood that's full of elves and bears. Well, it's going to be multiple days.
Fuck. I only have until noon.
Anyway, we make these jokes for the Tommy Lee Jones stare. I mean, the most direct route, there are certain roads and stuff, but for the most part, things are kind of barren in the interior of Eldritch. Basically, where you guys are kind of on the eastern reach of the more civilized, the more developed portion of Eldritch. To the west, you have a lot of cities and villages, mostly halfling, and then the further out east you get, you tend to run less into halfling cities and more into groups of nomadic humans and orcs. What would be quantified as barbarian tribes, really. Wild elves, that sort of thing. Relatively barren, not a whole lot of trade going on. People sort of like living the same lives that they've lived for thousands of years. A lot of hunter-gatherer groups and stuff. And then you get up to the north and you reach great old ancient human strongholds like Frostreach and Walkabout. So you guys are going to be biting into the western expanse of this great sort of thundering plain of horsemen and nomads.
Would it make sense to try and charter some kind of a boat from Stoutheart to get us closer to Tumulus, or is it okay? Like, there's no reason not to go overland.
There isn't really a reason not to. It could be potentially dangerous. There are beasts out among the plains. There are, as Volkravars will attest, some groups of the nomadic orcs that wander the plains are friendlier than others. Some of them have made enemies of the two Skeppers. And some of them are just, they're all right,
Wait.
Mostly they're bastards.
So you're saying I shouldn't judge people based on the color of their skin, but rather the content of their character?
I mean, I suppose, but the orcs, I don't know if that's really relevant.
Are they green?
I mean, many of them are.
Sometimes they're gray, right?
Some are gray.
Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're gray.
They're all.
I saw one that was blue. I don't know if it was a spell or if he just looks like that.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe he fell in something red and it kind of canceled out the.
Yeah, he was an orc supervillain. He was basically the Joker. He was the Orker.
The Orker.
The Orker.
Our local superhero Bat Goblin has been hunting him, but he keeps slipping away.
Bat Goblin.
Oh my god. Right, you guys just talk among yourselves for a little bit, starts writing notes furiously. Bat Goblin.
Can there be a Red Hood Goblin too? It's like, that whole story arc was freaking good.
Yeah, the Red Hood of Doom. Does anybody get that joke?
Yes, I do.
No. Dan would get that joke if he was
just
here.
said I got that joke.
You got the joke? That's good. You keep that close to your heart for the rest of your
I didn't say I wanted it, I just said I got
it. Yeah, so there is a road that leads sort of basically off to the east. It's not well traveled, and in fact, Volkravars will know this road more or less leads to Tuskep. So it's kind of a new road for that exact reason.
Okay.
Even now that there is life at Tuskep, a lot of people still don't want to go there. So it's not, it's not patrolled.
Gaspar is gonna ask Volkrivars if that's like a viable, like, is it cool to just pass through Tuskep, or?
It would be a bit out of the way, but we could if you wanted.
Yeah, it's about a day's travel out of the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at that one big road. I thought that was the option.
Well, we'll cut through the north once we're underway. I think.
you can stick to basically what it is you can stick to the road for a short period, but eventually you're going to have to cut across country.
Okay. I mean, I just figured if it was on the way, you could stop in, and I just wasn't sure if they were weird about outsiders or anything. But if it's not on the way, I'm not going to worry about it.
Outsiders are very welcome at Tuskep. Oh. They just don't like to come.
I mean, that's also at Volkrivars. Well, it's not entirely true. They're welcomed by a lot of Tuskep. Some of Tuskep doesn't like the outsiders, but that's neither here nor there.
That is true, but we try to keep them on the other side, away from Firebush.
So you set out through the wilderness. Are you guys just going to walk, or would you like to try and find an alternate means? I was interested in the prospect of you guys taking a boat part way. It would be difficult to convince a ship captain to do that because there isn't really anything right here, any place for them to make port.
Yeah, that's what
they would essentially have to beach their boat.
Well, no, they would probably anchor and have to escort you via longboat to the shore. They wouldn't. It's just like, all right, running up on the beach, boys. Running up on the beach, boys.
Oh god, not the beach. Oh no,
that's some bad vibrations right there.
Is their ship named the sloop John B?
Yeah.
Okay, so Volkrivars is just gonna start walking.
He's just gonna stay.
Yeah.
Yes, please, for God's sake.
Do we have a map? Like a physical copy of a map?
I would say that you could. I could say that you have a physical copy of a map. I could say that this is your physical copy of a map.
No, we don't need road. No, we don't need a map. We don't need roads. All we need is our intuition and our manliness. Now let's go.
Malcolm will get there in 2 weeks.
No,
you do have a map. Just don't tell Malcolm that. It'll take the wind out of his sails, you know.
I thought we were using a boat.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, we can hijack a boat. Yeah, sure.
Chaotic good. Emphasis on good. You don't just steal shit from people.
We can leave some gold.
Hey,
actually, that would be acceptable in my morality.
A halfling is basically a kender.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Okay.
I actually refer to halflings mentally as worse kender.
Damn, I was gonna say something, but I can't even remember what it was. But go ahead, make a survival check. Yes, you have a map. This can be your map. That explains why Tuskep is just drawn on, because Tuskep is relatively new.
And it's an old map. Volkrivars had to put it there.
I got a nat 1. I got a 5.
17.
I got 12. Oh, sorry, I got an 11. Math is hard.
Malcolm, that's a bush. Don't walk in there.
No, it's all about the adventure.
How did you make it to Stoutheart?
Well, you see a lot of back roads and a very large bat.
Okay, so that's an average of 11. Okay, so you guys make regular time across this, across these plains. At night, you bed down at the crest of a hill.
Is that a tavern?
There is not a tavern. You are in the wilderness.
Is the paladin with us?
I'm just saying, crest of a hill would be a great name for a tavern.
Yeah, she's with you. She's not a paladin. She is a cleric.
Cleric. Cleric.
It is an important distinction. She's going to be much more helpful getting you guys healed and much less helpful helping in battle.
Sounds about right. Well, I mean, once she gets to higher levels, though, I think, don't they get some cool stuff? Like,
yeah.
I saw her token wasn't with us, and I'm like, oh shit, did we leave?
I was presuming, by the way, that you guys are traveling sort of like fast overland, and you're not intending on pushing yourselves to the point of exhaustion. So 8 hours, you are able to travel about 20 miles. I'm going to roll really fast. How do you guys want to deal with watches as you guys bed down for the night?
Malcolm will take first watch, because he has dark sight.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called again?
Devil's Sight.
Devil's Sight, yeah.
So you guys are out in the wilderness. You guys are bedding down for the night. You guys have all been on the road. This is not your first rodeo. You guys are probably more used to sleeping underneath trees and beneath the stars than you are at sleeping in inns and in feather beds and stuff.
Would there happen to be a tree nearby?
Oh, yeah. This place is just fucking lousy with trees. Like, fucking hell, there's nature everywhere. It's fucking disgusting.
Malcolm will climb that and disguise himself as an owl. And we'll put his goggles of perception to, like, make it look like he has giant owl eyes. And then he will take watch.
That's why. Why does that owl have an afro?
The sick feather afro coming up from the top of the owl.
It's the elusive owl fro.
It's the owl fro.
But yeah, you wanted me to roll.
Oh my god. Yeah, you'll roll me a perception for that as the other guys take their watch. As you take your watch and the other guys rest for the evening.
Okay. That will be 22 because I got a 20 plus 1 to my perception, and then I didn't add the plus 1 from the goggles.
Yeah, that's okay. You can just do that manually. You know what to do. Yeah, that's excellent. This whole campsite and the wilderness beyond is an open book to you. You can see the trails of animals as they go by. You can see the connections between all living things. You can see the molecules bumping off of each other.
Wow, he smoked and didn't share?
What?
What?
Well, that depends on if he had some of that special biscuit that Lord Bloom gave him.
Oh, no, this is for a special occasion. Oh, was it a weed biscuit? Oh, nice.
You don't know because you haven't eaten it yet.
Halfling weed, which is just pure THC.
You do note that a small herd of cattle-like creatures is sort of grazing at the edge of the wood that's nearby. Sort of gets close to you, the edge of the camp, as your fellows are sleeping. One of them kind of sniffs at Gaspar's foot, but they eventually wander off. Yeah, there's not much going on.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. He'll ruffle his fake feathers to be convincing. It's really just a bunch of leaves, and just like on a branch, and he just attach it to his arms, and he'll ruffle his feathers and go "whoo" every now and again. Can't be a silent owl just sitting up there. That's suspicious.
Eventually, you actually hear hooting coming from somewhere else off in the distance.
Malcolm would do a questioning "who?" Like, wait, what?
Who?
Who?
A female owl has heard you. It's up to you if you want to pursue that. No.
As the slow jazz music.
Does that make it a great horny owl?
It's a great horny owl. Okay, so your watch passes without incident. Who wants the next watch?
I'll take it. I got the dark vision.
Yep. Everybody has dark vision in this group except for Lady Fitrian.
Oh, nice.
Don't tell them. I want last watch.
Sounds good to me.
How long are these watches?
3 hours, I think. How long? Goodness, I forget how we do this.
So here's my thing: is if we bed down for 12 hours total, like from camp dinner to camp breakfast, That gives us a 4-hour watch, and everybody gets a chance to sleep for a full 8 hours.
That's true.
Well, I think the way it works is the watches still count as rest. So nothing happens.
Yes, you're
during
absolutely right, Tiger. A long rest does not have to be sleep. It just has to be a period of time where you are not doing anything particularly strenuous. You are resting. And watching can be resting.
So true. Yeah. All right. Then in that case, I won't worry about it. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people make that presumption. Okay, give me that perception roll then.
Oh, I'm not going to.
Okay, you failed the perception roll.
I'm just kidding. Give me a second. I gotta get P, perception. P.
It's P-ception.
That's when there's P inside of the P?
I really hate this.
You did this. This was your fault. 13 total.
Yeah, you don't really notice much either, actually. There is as you sit underneath the tree. Malcolm has gone to bed, presumably at this point.
But presumably still in the tree.
Oh, definitely still in the tree. It is
still in the tree. Okay.
Good man.
There seems to be a giant female owl that's snuggling up next to him.
I was going to say exactly that. It's true.
Dog dragon relationship.
So yeah, you're very Malcolm. In your rest, you feel strangely warm, both physically and emotionally.
Well, that's nice. You made an excellent friend, guys. You did it.
This is the fantasy role playing I'm here for. You sleep. You feel well rested. You are loved.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. No. Your watch also passes by without relative incident. It's probably getting around around 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't know how you're keeping time. You eventually know that it is time for Volkrivars to take over.
I'm going to poke him with a stick from a solid distance, just in case he's one of those people that flails violently in his sleep.
When you approach him, you start feeling even more warm. And you notice that he's got this weird cube next to him that's radiating warmth outward. And he's also surrounded by flowers where he's sleeping, which you can tell aren't native to the region. And in his arms, he's holding a giant cuddly owl bear toy.
Oh, that's adorable. What?
We don't have time to unpack all of that.
But needless to say, the man's got some shit going on.
But
when you poke him, he sort of jerks up like a vampire, completely alert, looks around. Oh, it's time for my watch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's that cube?
Oh, I got it off Harmony Price. Keeps me warm when I'm sleeping, so I don't need fires and stuff, because that alerts the orcs and they come and try to kill me.
Practical. Like your owl bear. Have a good watch.
He says he likes you too. Good night.
That's amazing.
While he's doing his watch, if he's allowed, Vukra will also go on a bit of a hunt for some breakfast.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you're basically sort of keeping to the perimeter.
Yeah. He won't stray too far, depending on where stuff is.
Give me a perception check, and then also, for your watch, and then also a survival check.
Only a 9 for perception. And a net 20 for 24 on the survival.
Okay, all right. You are so good at hunting that you're a little bit bad at watching, which I think is exactly what would happen in this scenario.
So twoo.
Okay. It's so twoo.
Hello.
So you basically have your choice. There are a lot of in the early morning light, as the sun begins to come up, a lot of animals start coming out. So this is towards the end of your watch, where we're looking at probably like 4 or 5 in the morning as the touches of sunlight start to creep over the horizon. You know, there's hares start coming out and browsing among the grass and the leaf litter. You've got squirrels, and you have a few birds.
Including...
I swear to God, if you come out of this and be like, would you like some owl?
I want that owl.
We're owl exterminators.
Oh my God. Basically, you have your choice. You have done an amazing job of hunting.
I think he'll go for a bit of everything.
Okay.
Smorgasbord.
A bit of hare, bit of bird.
Yeah.
Well, we've got 4 people, and I've seen Malcolm eat.
You got 2 hares, 2 hares, and a partridge, which is enough to feed the entire camp, and also, you know, probably have for some rations. Not hard rations, stuff that's going to need to be eaten over the course of the following day, but, you know, because it's not like it's like jerky or hardtack or anything. But
well, it's meat that isn't covered in sugar. That's good enough for me.
All right, here's the thing. You come back to the camp with these things sort of slung over your shoulder, and you see a hulking shape kind of hanging out over the where the bags are kept at one end of the thing there. I would ask both you, Gaspar, and you, Malcolm, to make a perception check as well to see if you notice.
Okay.
Let's see. I got an 18.
Very nice.
Got an 18.
Oh.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, you guys kind of wake up around the same time, and you see this hulking shape. With your dark vision, you are easily able to tell this is an owl bear, and it's gotten into your food.
Wait, is it the owl bear toy that
No.
Volcrovars has, and it just like it turns into an owl bear?
No, the owl bear toy, as far as I know, is just remaining exactly within Volcrovars' bedroll.
Oh. Well, then that is concerning.
As opposed to a bread roll.
Yes. It's not like a toy that turns into an owlbear at night.
Not that you know of, anyway. Furiously writes down notes. There is an owlbear currently eating your provisions.
Oh.
Volcrovars is immediately going to try and copy the legend of Flint Stranglebeard, and he's going to try to handle it without any real knowledge or expertise on how to do that poorly. So with an 8, he's sort of got to approach whilst holding out one of the rabbits. But he'll try and approach calmly, but sort of wave it like a flail of some kind. Because he has no idea what he's doing.
So the owlbear, who hasn't actually noticed you approaching, he's you know, his face is in the bag, and he's gulping down provisions such as like trying to tear open little packages of cured meats and stuff, and biscuits and so on.
Oh, did he eat the biscuit that
Question.
that Bloom gave him?
Does he eat the biscuit?
As he looks up, he has the biscuit in his mouth. He notices you're there, but doesn't immediately notice the rabbit, and it actually startles him a bit. And he actually bites down, and the biscuit he gulps down, like half of the biscuit is in his mouth, half of the biscuit has dropped to the ground and sort of tumbled away.
Oh.
So the owlbear notices you there suddenly and starts growling and sort of roaring at you.
Oh.
And he's starting to back away.
Oh, I know speak with animals.
You know, speak with animals.
I do. Maybe I can calm him down.
I was just going to try and light him on fire to get him to run away, so yours is the more humane option.
Let's see. It says I can cast... Let's see, I can cast it without expelling a spell slot. So would I roll like animals?
Yes, that's right. Oh, yeah, so you got that to work, right?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. You don't have to roll... here's what you do. You cast it. You are now able to converse with this owl bear. Tell me what you say to the owl bear. We'll go from there.
Okay. So to everyone else, this just sounds like cooing like an owl, but I'm pretty much saying, hey, bro, you just ate some bad biscuits right there. Possibly might make you see some weird shit. It's gonna be okay, but you gotta get to a stream somewhere and just drink a whole bunch of water. It's gonna be fine. Calm down. It's okay. But you could probably go. It's gonna be alright, but you have to go.
I would say roll deception. I think when you're conversing with animals via speak with animal, the presumption is that you're able to use social skills other than handle animal. So, like, more of your charisma-based stuff.
Right.
Oh,
So go ahead and roll out. Roll.
Necessarily lying. He was told they were special biscuits, and we determined he didn't know in what way they were special.
He's making a few logical leaps there about what the bear needs to do.
Logical, not lying.
If he had eaten those biscuits, I don't think he would have immediately gone to, like, if he had eaten them himself, I don't think he would have immediately gone for a stream to, like, drink a lot of water. So I think it falls under deception.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just saying he's.
Would it not be persuasion?
I mean, he's persuading him persuading him that something is going on that might not necessarily be true. It doesn't matter. They're probably both the same, deception and persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah, both of them are the same for me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of deception because I don't exactly know if drinking a bunch of water will help with his acid trip. So yeah, deception.
You also don't know if it's an acid trip is the thing. You
Sounds
just
feel like
yeah,
pretty sure.
I got an 18, by the way.
18. Okay. So the owlbear, like, its eyes kind of widen and everything. It looks down at the biscuit on the ground. It doesn't. It seems to have a little bit of. There's like a little bit of confusion there, not understanding what's going on. But it could be reasoned that an owlbear understands when food is no good, because they won't eat stuff that's, like, say, like, really rotten. It seems like it sort of retches a little bit, like it's trying to bring stuff up, and it actually, it thunders off into the woods for the nearest stream, and you have successfully you've solved my owlbear puzzle, I guess. I don't know.
Victory.
Victory. That was interesting. I'm sorry Volcravars was not able to handle the animal in a inappropriately Flint-like fashion.
Well, once it started growling, before Malcolm interjected, he was just gonna start yelling back at it.
That's just nice.
That's what hobgoblins do.
That might have escalated the situation. But listen, go with what you know, right? All right. So you have lost a couple of rations, but here comes Volcravars with a bunch of new rations to add to it. So, you've basically come out even there. Malcolm, as you go and you sort of, like, as you guys pick up after this owlbear shenanigan, Malcolm picks up the biscuit and he notices that the biscuit is whole again.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hey, quick question. What
Yes.
the fuck?
The biscuit that the owlbear bit in half.
Oh, looks like we got special biscuits.
Yeah, I'll take a bite. Malcolm will take a bite of it just to test to make sure he's not going, or that he accidentally got some acid at some point.
So you pick up the biscuit that was on the ground in the middle of the woods that was previously in an owlbear's mouth, and you take a bite. No big.
Oh, he's
Quick question.
Yep.
Is Malcolm still pretending to be an owl at this point?
I think he would have lost concentration on that spell when he went to sleep.
I didn't even cast the spell. I was just acting like an owl.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said that you disguised yourself, like you used a disguise spell. Okay.
Oh no, I don't have that. I just
that makes the entire thing retroactively so much better. But yes, you take a bite out of it and you swallow, and it's a good biscuit. It's not as good a biscuit as the ones that the chef prepared for you back at Bloom Manor. After you swallow it, the biscuit glows, and the bite that you took grows back. Suddenly reappears as a whole and undivided biscuit.
Limitless biscuit.
Eternal biscuit. Yes.
I'm gonna put that in my inventory.
Lady Fitrian rolls over in her sleep. She wasn't paying attention for any of this.
Are you kidding?
Yes, Patsy.
There was a
yes.
monster.
Warm my waffles, please. Yes, I'll be up in the morning.
Oh, wait a minute. Does she have a pillow that she's sleeping on?
Oh yeah, she has a fine feather pillow. It actually takes up a lot of her rucksack. She is.
I'm gonna put an unmagical biscuit right next to her nose. And I'm gonna see if, like, in her sleep, she smells it and thinks it's like, it's like hungry, and then just eats it without thinking.
She does. Unfortunately, she does not do that. No, and you were probably going to give her a complex about biscuits.
Okay,
well,
but this is starting to seem very green eggs and ham. Like, if she just fucking ate the biscuit one time, he'd leave her alone.
Okay.
But she's not, because it's green eggs and ham.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't know. In fairness, if somebody tried to feed me green eggs, I would also probably tell them to fuck off.
Obviously, some dude comes out of an alley with green eggs and ham and tries to make me eat it. I'm not going to eat it, but if I'm at a restaurant, yeah.
But you basically came out of an alley and threw a biscuit at her face.
No, technically I came out of a kitchen door.
Not an alley, a galley.
Hey.
Volcro's got to start skinning and plucking and preparing breakfast.
Okay, yeah. And so Lady Fitrian awakens to the smell of roasting meats.
And
He pulls out a special spice pouch.
Oh.
Does a rub on them.
Yep. You get the full...
Which might concern some of you since there's no facility for washing his hands nearby.
That is true. We might be...
No. You got blood on the animal you killed. Just don't let Lady Fitrian see, because I don't want to hear about it.
All right, you guys wake up and have a nice breakfast. Lady Fitrian rather refuses to eat the rabbits anyway.
As I've said, I'm on a diet.
Oh, you're a vegetarian, aren't you?
I think that vegan is the only way to go.
What's a vegan?
Deep breaths.
Well, you understand, it's animals have feelings too. So.
Is
that why you treat people like shit? Because you think only animals have feelings?
Well, yes. No. What?
Scats in disbelief.
She glares at you, and she goes off to the other end of the campsite and eats some refreshing granola that she had.
It's Nature Valley, isn't it? Oh.
Those crumbly ass bars.
Disgusting. Dry as hell.
I'll have you know that this is a nutrition bar that was produced for me by my very own lovely Patsy, who takes care of me all the time.
Do you pay Patsy a living wage?
I don't pay her. My family pays her. I don't know what she makes.
If she takes care of you all the time, where is she now?
Also, if she takes care of you all the time, she cannot be paid enough. I don't pay her. My family pays. Shut the fuck up.
She's not here right now because she's an old woman. She would die out here. And then I'd have to get a new one.
Oh God.
So that actually reminds me, while I'm out here, can I gather a spider?
You want to find a spider? Okay.
Yeah.
Legend has
I
it.
realized it's a component for one of my spells. The spider climb spell.
You have a spider. You have a spell pouch.
If you have a spell pouch or like a focus, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. Only worry about spell components that have a gold piece value, like you have to purchase them, or if it says that the component is consumed during the casting. If it doesn't say that it's consumed during the casting, then we can assume you already have everything you need, and unless you actually lose the components in the spell pouch or the spell pouch itself, nothing to worry about, because you'll just keep using
New headcanon.
Mm-hmm.
The spider that he needs for the spell lives in the afro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, carry on. Never mind.
Okay, that's worthwhile. I appreciate your good looking out on that. Yeah, your attention to detail on that. But you are good. I would say that if you guys set out, the hills become more forested. You are actually walking on cliffs sort of above the ocean to the north there. You can kind of smell the salt air in the distance. But it should be a relatively pleasant day of travel. I would like to get a survival check from each of you.
Let's hope it's better than the last one, don't I?
Last one wasn't too bad because I averaged them together. So you ended up, even though you rolled low, you guys ended up with an 11, which is not terrible. It's not enough to harm you.
I got a 7. How about
I got a 20.
What?
I got a 20.
Are you fucking kidding me? Amazing.
20 plus 7, and Tiger, what did you get?
14.
Not bad at all.
Sorry for bringing down the average guy.
Lady Fitrin's doing that anyway, so don't worry about it.
Got him.
Still not really enough to speed you up and everything, but your day passes without incident, and you guys find like a nice... It's not really a path, because you guys have left the path to the road to Tuskep today. You find yourself moving in among the trees, and even though it becomes more forested, your path is unimpeded. You make a full 24 miles, full 20 some odd miles on towards nighttime. As the sky begins to darken, you actually start to see lights off on a hill in the distance. Glittery lights.
Which direction? Oh, it's the woods, isn't it?
No. You guys have reached a clearing at this point. It's on a hill in the distance. If it was on a hill in the distance and you were in forest, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Noted.
Which direction were we talking?
Roughly the direction you're heading, maybe a little bit further inland.
We should probably go scout that out just in case it's something bad.
Malcolm, what do your owl eyes see?
Let's see. I'm gonna use my goggles and see if I can get a closer look. I got a 20 on perception.
20 on perception, but without getting any closer to it?
Yes, okay. Maybe I'll get a little closer.
Oh, yeah, all right. If you're not going up to it and scouting, what you see is there's actually a lot of light. It's like flickering torchlight, and it seems to be a camp of sorts. You can actually see like these outbuildings of tents and so on. And you can actually, I will say also with the perception, you can also hear the sound of drums. And
is it like suspicious music, or is it like party music?
What do you mean by suspicious music?
I'm trying to work out exactly how you would determine that, but I'm willing to say that it sounds like there's actually multiple instances of music that are kind of playing against each other right now, possibly from all across the camp, rather than a single unified drum beat. It's actually hard to tell what manner of music it might be.
Soundtrack from The Exorcist. Suspicious music.
They're just playing the Exorcist beat on drums. That is actually pretty impressive.
Steel drums. They're the band of Jamaican orcs.
Oh man, can they just be a band of Jamaican orcs? That'd be fucking awesome.
Oh god. Listen, I don't know. You're gonna have to find out for yourselves. You guys are still.
I was gonna say, did Malcolm see like who's at the camp?
You guys are too far away. If you look long, and the light is really low. You could probably make out the occasional figure that's moving to and fro. What's that?
So I was gonna say, if you guys want, I could probably try and get a little closer and see what it's about.
Is your stealth better than mine? Yeah, I think your stealth might be better.
What's your stealth, bud?
I think his stealth's definitely better than yours.
He's the stealth guy.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Oh yeah, you're a rogue, aren't you? Yeah, you never.
I mean, I only have a +10, so.
Dumb.
Jesus.
Huh.
What?
All right. Yeah, it's definitely better than my +1. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You get.
But yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak a little closer to see if I can see what the makeup of the camp is and whether or not we need to be worried.
All right, how close do you want to get?
Just close enough to make out what the shapes are of the creatures, like whether they're.
Before you go, Malcolm's just gonna whisper to you that like they got drums going. I can't tell if they're the good drums or the bad drums, like the funky ones or the suspicious ones, but there are drums.
Okay.
It's one thing.
All right, give me that stealth check.
14.
14. Okay.
Isaac's +1's looking real good right now.
You do, yes. You get closer. One of the things that hits you as you get closer is the smell of food. It's more than just roasting meats, although there is a lot of that. You also get like a smell of like sort of like a pan-fried dough kind of thing.
It's definitely a party, isn't it?
There are figures milling around, and it is true that many of them are orcs. There are orcs, there are some hobgoblins, and there's even a few humans, and yeah, you spot an elf that is sort of walking around outside. They just kind of like sitting by fires out by the edge, but most of them in very short order move back into the crush of tents, and the music is definitely getting louder.
Okay. I'm gonna go with that information back to the party, tell them what I saw, and ask them if they think that we want to make contact or if it would be more prudent to just kind of hang out at our camp and continue with our journey.
Did they have any distinguishing marks, face paints, or anything on their armor or such?
You actually didn't see much in the way of armor.
I don't think that they are wearing armor. I think they're just like a hippie cop.
Yeah, you did see some tribal marks and stuff like that, but the thing is that there weren't any a single overarching one. You know, you saw multiple people with different marks and indentations.
It's like a relatively heterogeneous group.
I don't know what that word means.
It's a mix of different people and cultures. There were some elves, there were some humans, there were some orcs.
It means you're really smart, but also straight.
Nope. No, that's not what that means.
What? Think of a melting pot.
Think of a melting pot.
Yes.
They are food.
I mean, anything's
no,
if you're hungry.
Not for us, at least.
Get that owlbear back. He's got to have an opinion, but...
You mentioned there was a hobgoblin. I've got a hobgoblin warhorn, and I've got proficiency in it from my background. So would I need to do some kind of check to signal with that?
No, I don't think so.
Like, I'm assuming there's like
protocols.
What's the word? Yeah, calls.
Yeah.
So like, if I could blow a sound of peace, or like we come in peace, a stand down or something.
Or who the fuck are you guys? Would be a good sound to blow.
Who the fuck are you? I don't think you can do that on a horn.
Well, that depends on the pick of the horn. If a hobgoblin war horn is
that was the sound from Home Improvement.
Ruh, ruh, ruh.
Okay, but Vukro is all four approaching.
Yes.
Gasper and Malcolm are on.
Also, should we bring like a, foods? Like going to a party and not showing up with any food, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, you do have the Ever
all this
Biscuit.
fucking meat.
Oh yes, I do have the Eternal Biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably cut it up into
I
little...
also have a sack full of biscuits.
Whoa,
as well.
whoa. Wait, the biscuit. Hey, break it in half.
Malcolm breaks it in half.
You break it in half, and nothing of note occurs.
Interesting.
I think the King Meridithus, he's got this cup. Someone brought it from Frostreach. It's like a symbol of peace, but it never runs out of ale. He can't pour it out into like a flask or anything.
You gotta drink right from the cup.
Yeah, so I think that only reforms after it's eaten.
Hey, eat half the biscuit.
Oh, with pleasure.
As soon as it goes down your gullet, the other half of the biscuit in your hand reforms into a full biscuit.
Yeah, I'll just offer the bag of normal biscuits.
Very well. Were you going to do anything with your horn, Volkavars?
Yeah.
Oh, you can announce our arrival. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's some signal for.
Yeah. You would know all of the of all of the Hobgoblin war horn code.
Yeah, I'm assuming that there isn't like one peace or like surrender, but I'm assuming there's one for a friendly unit incoming or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of an all-purpose. Okay, for various reasons, don't shoot us right now.
We're coming in, but we're not gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's you have to take a second and remember it because it's been a while. It doesn't get used much, but yeah, you go ahead and do that. You can actually hear some of the music halting on the inside, and then eventually you hear welcoming war horns of the Hobgoblin and Bugbear variety. Bugbears, generally speaking, use the same stuff as Hobgoblins, the word that I literally just said and then immediately forgot.
I could hear that happening in real time. I could imagine.
But apart from the response to the horn, after a moment, the music again resumes across the camp, and it didn't fully peter out all over the place. Just some instances of the music. And apart from that, there doesn't seem to be much of a reaction. This is a very wide camp. So you guys go ahead and step into the camp. And yeah, there's a lot of orcs and humans. And yeah, like as I said, even goblinoids rummaging around. Even somewhat rarer groups of people. Like, you're pretty sure you see a Loxodon off in the distance. That's an elephant man. Who knew?
Me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Malcolm's thinking, I want to capture him.
As you step, I want to capture him. As you step into the camp, who is going first?
I will.
I guess.
Oh.
No. You go ahead.
Okay, I'll go first.
All right. You step past a tent. Yep, forgot what tents were. And an axe whizzes by your head. You realize, you start for a second, but then you realize it's not actually a tent; it's a booth. And you've nearly stepped in front of someone who is at an axe throwing booth.
Is this a fucking carnival?
It's a fucking carnival. Go ahead, and anybody who wishes can roll history.
Oh, I'll roll history, because I'm proficient in history.
That makes one of us.
I got a 15.
Good man.
Excellent.
It's 12.
It immediately clicks for you. Actually, a 12 will also get it. It's a fairly low DC. This is local stuff. You realize that you've stumbled across Orcalorc, which is a yearly gathering of nomadic orc tribes. It used to be more or less a war meeting, but in recent decades, it's become more of a carnival. And even in recent years, they've actually started allowing other groups who were not nomadic orc of the nomadic orc tribes of the steppes into it.
Question.
It's become a great a business opportunity. Yes, go ahead.
Since this is so close to Tuskep and Vukravaz is the footloose traveler type,
Mm-hmm.
would he know about this or have been here before, if it's a yearly thing?
It's absolutely reasonable that you would have been here before. And you rolled a 12 on your history check, right? Yeah, so you also know this information. It seems the one who didn't roll is
the one who
Elfier's there.
had taken off by a fucking axe.
What are we doing here? We could be murdered by all these beasts.
Nah, this is Orcalorc.
You just did a racist.
There's no voluntary killing on Orcalorc.
That's true. Not anymore.
Whoa.
Not anymore.
There used to be, but it was mutual.
It was pretty much accepted that somebody was going to die at Orcalorc. You keep
a
saying
broad fair.
Forkalorc, which I almost like better than Orcalorc.
Oh, is it Orcalorc?
It's-
Oh, sorry, I thought it was...
Orcalorc actually means orc to orc. So it was the great orc gathering of Eldritch's plains. Okay. Yeah, no, as you look around, there's food stalls, there's all sorts of activities and stuff. As you can see, there was this axe throwing booth. As you look on, a particularly jacked orc who the axe that whizzed by you actually landed directly in the center of a target. The target may have used to have been a wooden representation of an elf, but it has since been painted and the ears have been filed down. Because we don't do that anymore.
Well, doesn't that mean it looks like a human now?
Arguably. So as you stand there, this extremely gruff, scarred orc goes, yeah! Lost the audio here, but the orc won a tiny stuffed Tarask. So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
New law.
New law.
Vukravaz is gonna pull out the owlbear and say, 2 years ago, this is where I got strangled.
Is the thing's name Strangle?
Strangled feathers.
Strangle feathers. Yeah,
Strangle.
you cut off a little bit there for a second. Strangle feathers.
That's even better.
I'm just gonna have a word with whoever's in charge about maybe moving the axe throwing booth to away from the entrance to the.
Is there a game where we can shoot water into something and like we fill a balloon and it explodes?
That's actually a good question. Let me double check my notes. You do look around and there is a glass tank set up where people are wrestling underwater.
You know, wait.
And apart from that, there is a log balancing contest that's actually on top of it. They're doing a double or nothing kind of thing right there. It's two activities in one. So you've got some orcs and a hobgoblin or two that are trying to balance on top of logs, and one of them will fall in and they'll get disqualified.
Oh,
and then they immediately have to wrestle whoever's underneath.
That sounds amazing.
All right. Malcolm is running over.
Yeah, Gaspar is interested in log balancing.
A new
get in line, put on one of those wristbands.
Yeah, there isn't much of a line, but a new contest is about to begin. So if you want to do that, you can do that.
Sure.
Okay.
A quick question:
Yes.
Does Orcalorc take place in the same place every year?
No, it moves from place to place. That's the thing.
Nomadic,
Okay.
yeah. Which would
Yeah,
explain
so-
why you didn't initially know immediately what it was.
Yes, different clans will be sort of called upon to host it, like the Olympics, and different clans have a tendency to wander in different areas of Eldritch, of the nomadic clans. Apparently, this is the territory of whomever is hosting it this year.
We've been trying to set up a two-step outreach, but they don't like to tell us where it is because too many goblins they start setting things on fire.
Oh.
Okay, so there are 3 logs set. Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, are all your buildings in Two-Step like fireproof, or how do you mitigate that year round?
Pick the remaining ones.
We with beatings.
I'm sorry, what? Beatings?
Beatings?
Well,
Or meeting?
you set things on fire, you get a beating.
Oh,
You try
so
keeping
definitely-
500 goblins in line.
I would
There are-
never, ever try to do that. Like being a superintendent of like an evil elementary school.
You get a very specific kind of repeat offender.
Hello, Daddy. I lit something on fire again.
No! No!
Those ones get exiled.
No!
Oh, don't kink shame the goblins.
Again,
What?
we have to kink shame them. It's the only way to keep them in line.
He's laughing. And it just got out of hand. Catherine, it got out of hand. All right, so there are 6 logs set up. Malcolm, you find yourself across from a rather hefty bugbear.
I can take him.
Yep. Gaspar, you find yourself across from a rather lithe-looking half-orc. So, what's going to happen is basically I need a dexterity check because they are about to, when the whistle blows, they're going to start turning the log, and you have to keep your balance on top of it. It's a dexterity, we'll call it a dexterity saving throw.
20.
You got a 23, so it's a 23 and a 15 from you, right, Isaac?
Yes.
Okay, so, Isaac, the bugbear immediately across from Malcolm pretty much immediately tanks. Like, just hits the water with a massive splash.
Now you have to wrestle him if you fall.
Oh, boy.
Actually, I believe he is wrestling somebody underneath. You, on the other hand, Gaspar.
Yeah, that's me. Hello.
The half-orc in front of you is incredibly good at this, to a point where the other logs people have fallen off the other logs and they have stopped turning, and people are just kind of watching you guys go. After a little bit, people start throwing things at you.
Ooh.
To make things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
You just like make it work with like a series of flips and just like some wacky freaking shit that's going on here. But eventually the half-orc, she's like keeping pace. She's doing pretty good. She's lagging a little bit behind. You can see her getting a little bit tired, and eventually,
Can I throw a torch at her?
you make a ranged attack.
Oh, only a 6.
It goes whizzing by her head. She kind of snaps her head to and fro looking for who threw that, and as she does, a piece of half-eaten fruit that somebody else has thrown manages to land in this magical sweet spot directly as her foot comes down on the log. And she just... Ploop!
Wow,
Whoa.
Gemma was the champion. That's pretty amazing.
Says a random goblin.
I was just about to say, is she like the champion?
Yeah, no, she rolled a 21.
Wow.
Yeah, so 21 to 23, that's some like that's like Olympic level shit right there.
Woo!
Mm-hmm. So you guys come down and you guys have a choice of tiny prizes. Tiny prizes that you would likely find at an arcade. Yeah.
We beat the champion and we get tiny prizes?
Yeah,
Just a minute.
you get tiny prizes.
Just-
I mean, you get the prestige.
Oh, can I have a patch for my wizard sack that says monk pack and it has a little picture of a chickmunk stitch into it?
Sure, they have that. They have that very specific item, sure.
Hold on, I'm browsing the prize counter.
The chickmunk has like nuts in
You're
it
browsing.
too, so like its mouth are all like big and stuff. That's just great.
Oh, okay. I want one of those goopy, sticky hand things. String.
Yep.
Yeah, you know. Oh no, wait.
You're gonna be so not.
Wait, do they have those weird water sacks? You turn them inside out, and they got like glitter and shit in them, and you can shake them. You know, the hand job simulator for children.
Snakes, yeah.
Yeah.
Hand job simulator.
Water
yeah.
snakes, I think they were.
Yeah, water snakes. Yeah, sure. They have a water snake. Why not?
I'll take.
It's a little bit weird. It's made out of leather.
Yeah, no, I
But
think
yeah.
Why are you simulating the hand job?
Just practicing for jerking off.
Which
Train
practice
every
do you
day.
need?
What the fuck?
I can't
is
exactly whip my
happening?
dick out right now.
You guys continue walking through. You see people selling stuff. There's actually a little potion counter there. That's pretty cool.
How much are potions? I want some healing potions, because I know that when a push comes to shove, this bitch is not going to cast a healing spell on me.
Well, you're not certain if they have healing potions. It seems like it's more like wacky fun sort of potions.
We'll go up and see what they got. I know this is definitely Isaac's territory.
Definitely. Yeah. What do they got over there? He pulls out the list he has been.
Yeah.
Can there be a list that turns somebody into... no, not a honey badger, because that could be dangerous. So actually, let's do an otter.
That can be dangerous. Deal.
There's a make-your-own potion stall, which is interesting. There seems to be a rather young human wizard who is manning it. And there's another place that seems to be selling polymorph apples.
I'm gonna go to the make-your-own potion stand.
Oh hey, would you like to order a potion? Oh gosh, it's a mix and match.
Mix and match, huh? It's like I choose 2 ingredients and I get some kind of random potion?
That's kind of the idea, but you can, you get to choose the ingredients, so it's not totally random.
Okay. Let's see. What are the options?
Oh gosh, well, let's see. We've got an invisibility potion that you could mix with something if you wanted. I mean, I don't have the potions in the raw. I just have the ingredients for them. So you mix the ingredients together, and you get a weird potion that might have a strange sudden effect. Full disclosure, I'm a first-year alchemist student, so I do not vouch for the effects of these. Any blah 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 blah. Legally distinct. You're taking your life into your own hands, basically. But okay.
Do you have a transfiguration potion that has random effects?
I don't, but actually, the stall across the way, the Polymorph Apple, kind of has that going for them. The lady who runs that is she's really nice.
Then I shall go check out the apples. Thank you, though, for telling me about your potion. Good luck in school.
Oh, okay.
And try to kill anybody.
I'll be next in line for that. How much for the potion, the make your own potion stall?
Yeah. So it's 50 gold pieces, very heavily discounted over your average potion counter.
Well, that would be because you don't know what's going to happen, right?
That's the broad strokes, yeah.
Can I just out of game real quick? Isn't 50 gold like a shitload of money?
50 gold is a lot of money, but common potions go for 100 gold, so...
I don't think I have 50 gold left because I got the...
You might not have 50 gold left is the thing, yeah.
So I'll inquire. Hey, is there anywhere around here that I could make some money? Maybe gambling or, I don't know, odd jobs? They need carnies or something?
Oh, there is a gambling tent out on the way, but, the big event is going to start soon, and I think they're always looking for people for that.
What's the big event? In excruciating detail.
Is this your first time at Orcalorc?
This is my first time at Orcalorc. I've already almost been beheaded once.
Yeah, that's how it goes at Orcalorc. He says, "Oh yeah, well there's the big fight. It's going to be in the center tent there."
Big fight, you say? Center tent?
Yeah.
So is this like gladiator style?
Kind of, yeah. Groups come together and everything. I think a lot of them have already made the preliminaries, and it's kind of like on a challenge basis. So you can kind of just walk in,
and you can.
And the prize is always something really, really good. We don't know what it is this year, but last year there was like this magical staff. Oh God! Oh my goodness! It was like a rare item. That was probably worth like 1,000.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think they sold it because it was really cool. I forget exactly what it did. I think it was it was a
staff,
an immovable rod that also could cast fireball or something like that.
So a turret?
Not really.
I mean, if it can't be moved and it shoots fireballs.
No, it can... Okay, alright. Now, I don't want to talk...
What's a turret?
Oh, boy. Listen, I need to talk shop with you, but that's not how an immovable rod works, alright? You can move it until you can't. It's a thing.
Oh, yeah, that really clarified.
I'm not a the student has not yet become the teacher, okay?
Okay, where do I sign up for this fight? What are the rules?
Oh, it's basically, I think the rules are, they go over it right beforehand, but, the basis is that, you're not supposed to kill the other guy, and I think they don't allow healing anymore. Like, it's just like, you fall, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I'll see if my compatriots have any interest.
Okay, do you want to buy a potion?
Oh, I literally can't. That's what the whole money conversation was about.
Oh, okay.
50 gold pieces is still like a lot of money. Like a peasant could live on that for like a year, dude.
Oh.
I mean, Malcolm will actually come back and be like, I mean, I'll take one of those weird invisibility potions if you want.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
I do.
You do? Okay. Yeah. All right. So, he like goes to put it together, and he like his hand shakes, and he like starts spilling things. He's just like, oh, that's probably fine. That's all right. Okay. Yeah. Here you go. He shakes it up, and he heats it on top of like a little open burner that he has going on there. He lights it.
Don't forget a low flame over a long period.
We don't have time for that. I have to get to the next people. There are people standing in line.
Oh, that's a good point.
All right, so it'll have to be like a long, a high flame, very short. Okay, you go ahead and come back for this in about 5 minutes. All right. Polymorph Apples. There is a half-orc woman there. Behind the counter, she has a number of bushels of apples kind of set up, and she says, "Yeah, polymorph apples. Polymorph apples. Who wants a polymorph apple? A perfraffle from fraffle."
I'll take a perfraffle from raffle.
All right, that's 10 gold pieces. And here's the thing about the polymorph apples. You get the polymorph apples, you eat the polymorph apple. The polymorph apple turns you into an animal. But you don't know what kind of animal it is until you eat the polymorph apple.
Awesome. Can I have 2?
Yeah, you can have 2 polymorph apples.
I'll also take 2.
2 polymorph apples for you too also. Here you go, handsome.
Thank you, my darling. I suddenly turned into an old man.
Okay, so you guys each have 2 polymorph apples, and Gaspar is heading to the big tent.
I was gonna touch base with my comrade.
You're gonna touch base with them first, yeah. Okay, so you guys get your apples and step out of line, and there is Gaspar.
Hi, it's me, Gaspar.
Hello. Are we joining Fight Club?
Yeah, how did you know that? That's why. Oh, right, you were right next to me. Yeah, did you guys have any interest in that? I guess there's big prizes, like a rare magical item or something.
I tried to join 2 years ago, but they wouldn't let me.
Is this like hand-to-hand fisticuffs, or...
I'm sorry, am I doing a racism?
And you killed him.
Ah, Jesus. No. Everything's fine. No more talk about nuts. I'm really sorry. Rare magical item. Why wouldn't they let you join 2 years ago?
Well, they only had the team fights, and I couldn't get a team.
Oh, you got a team now?
Yeah,
if we framed it with casual racism, we could probably even get the cleric to join in.
You look back.
Where is she?
You look back, and Lady Fitrian is kind of standing in the middle of everything. Like her eyes are going like left and right, but her head isn't moving, and she's just got like her arms in really, really close to her, like her fists just under like her chin, and she's just like looking this way and that, trying to avoid as best she can so much as coming close to any of the people who are milling around her. The people who are milling around her they're not paying attention. They don't care.
But wait, didn't the little potion human say that there was no healing?
Right, but she'd be another meat shield? Oh, sorry. The goblin word for it is baby.
She is a big baby,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, you got it. So I'll go extend that invitation to her if we want to do a team bout, or if there's individuals this year. Would you guys rather do that?
Let's go find out.
Okay. I'll go try and collect Lady What's-Her-Fuck, and you can go ask the guy about the rules. How's that?
That sounds like the exact opposite of what we should do, so let's do it.
Excellent. I'll come with you and learn about the rules.
I'm gonna go try and get Lady Feather Tits or whatever, so...
You are the man for the job. She likes you the best of.
That's because of the racism.
Team racism!
I do think she wants to strangle me for some reason.
What was that, Isaac?
I do think she wants to strangle me for some reason.
Oh, the reason is biscuits, champ. Like, it's not obscure.
It couldn't be the biscuits. I'm just trying to help her.
So, Volkavars and Malcolm head towards the main tent, which you can see kind of rising up above everything else. So you guys go up to the big tent. There is a sort of like a wizened orc man who's there. He seems to be selling tickets.
Right. What can I? Ooh, would you like 2 tickets? Adult and 1 child, or?
It's actually 3 adults and a child, have you know. But the child is Lady Cedar Pine, upper butt.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, all right. Here's some tickets right here. They are mere silver apiece.
Are these tickets to watch or compete?
Oh, these are to watch. Are you looking to compete?
Yes.
Very well. I'll direct you down that way.
And he kind of points off of the tent, because you guys are at the door of the tent right now. He points off to the side of the tent, where you can see there's a little bit of an alleyway between tents.
You simply go down there and to the left. And Chief Ulgrin will get you situated.
Excellent. Thank you, good.
All right. So you guys walk down to the other side. You can see that there's a desk sort of set up out of the way. It's a couple of orcs going around and just sort of like talking to each other and blah, 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 blah. There is an extremely large orc there. He seems to be in his prime. He seems to be maybe a little bit what you would probably place into is like mid-30s. But he is quite voluminous. He is a large orc, and it ain't all muscle, my friends.
Big boy.
Okay, so they sort of perk up as you approach. The big orc says,
"Oh, hello. Can I help you?"
Yes, sir. We're here for Fight Club, but we don't talk about Fight Club, so we're here because we're here.
We are here for club.
Oh,
I'll club that big guy.
you want a club?
He pulls out a club.
I mean, if you're offering, yeah, sure.
It's one of somebody whispers to him, like, I think they want to enter the competition.
Oh, okay. You guys got a team? You guys gonna need at least 3 people.
No, yeah, we got a team. Well, our roguish friend is out collecting our meat shield.
You can't bring a baby into this.
No. Are you sure?
This place has changed.
Oh yeah, we got all kinds of new rules. We gotta not squish people, and also lots of people are allowed to come in. You are a late entrant. You're gonna have to wait through some fights before you get to your fight. What is your team name?
Oh,
Bokuraz is
our team
going
name-
to stay absolutely silent and just look at Malcolm.
Oh yes, we are Velociraptor Starship.
Okay, that's a good name. Damn it! Oh, fuck, that's a good name. God,
They're a really good band too.
writing guy.
That's like a little wizened old scribe is kind of next to him and just kind of like peeps and
Write that down. Velociraptor Starship.
Okay. That's fucking brilliant. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna get you all taken care of. You guys you look pretty tough, dude. I gotta say, you look cool with your hair there, little man, but I don't know if you look very tough.
It's sorcerer fight.
Well, we'll see how it works out. You could be a magic guy. You could be a punching guy. You could be a guy with like swords or tridents or whatever you have is good. Okay, I'll give you a ticket. You guys bring the other people around, okay?
Okay.
Okay, back out there in the middle of the in the middle of the thing, you are approaching Gaspar. You are approaching Lady Fitrian.
Hey, you doing all right?
Ugh. Why have you brought me to this terrible place? I thought we were going to fight demons.
We are gonna fight demons. We just stopped at a carnival because some of us enjoy, I don't know, enjoyment.
It's my idea of enjoyment is this lavender bath followed by a comprehensive full body massage.
Well, how would you like to commit violence against minorities?
I beg your pardon. What manner of person do you think I am? Not given to flights of violence.
Well, there is a prize fight if you were interested. It's what we're gonna go
Prize
to.
fight? Like some sort of common ditch digger?
No, they dig ditches. This is more like a gladiator kind of thing.
Yeah, you are not making your argument right now. I'm not gonna lie.
That is A-okay.
It's like if you asked Hyacinth Bouquet to join Fight Club.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just she keeps saying stupid shit, and I can do nothing except react.
Tell her it's a high society tea party. Once she gets into the stadium, she can't leave. So it's like
make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay. The problem is I shouldn't have framed it as being self-aware violence against minorities.
Yeah, they really like to pretend that they're not like that. So
yeah, I'm not gonna roll the second time because there's no point.
Yeah, natural one. Your persuasion's pretty good though.
Yeah, I got a 7 total.
Cool.
But it was a natural 1.
Yep, a natural one is literally as bad as you can do. So she's like,
I am going to go and make camp outside of this zoo of debauchery. And I am going to prepare for the actual job we were contracted to do.
So you think that fighting training would have nothing to do with fighting demon? Are you just gonna like...
I am not a fighter. I am a healer.
Well, there's no healing allowed in the fight anyway, so enjoy camping.
I
just like saw you having a fucking panic attack and thought, oh, maybe I should like put out an olive branch here and try and make you feel like more, I don't know, comfortable.
I wasn't having a panic attack. I am perfectly in control. I am absolutely unflustered.
You were clearly having like a PTSD flashback to some time.
I was not. I don't know what. You are not my therapist, sir.
Does your dad pay him too?
I'm leaving now.
All right.
She stomps off.
I'll be honest with you, out of game, I'm not upset with how that interaction went. Well, I tried. Therefore, no one can criticize me.
Those two are gonna fall in love by the end of this.
We'll see.
You gotta remember that I'm a filthy half-breed, so probably not.
Jesus Christ. You know, you guys are putting a lot more of this racial tension into this thing than I had planned. Like, that was not my intention for all of this. But
right, it's the bearing that she had, so I don't, like, she's between, like, how she was treating the servants and the way she's, like, is around non-humanoid races.
I would be willing to say she's really more of a classist.
Absolutely, but classism is so tied into racism.
That's absolutely fair. That is okay. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, you guys are taking this to a place that I wasn't really intending it to go. You guys are ridiculous. Anyway, okay, so you guys are out. So yeah, she's stomped off. It's probably about this time that these guys are coming back out front to look for you. So I'll say that you guys meet up. You guys know you're at the big tent there.
Yep, I'll flag them down. We'll get ready to do this. Do we know who we're fighting? Like, is it posted, or do we need to see how a couple bouts go and see who's doing what?
It is not immediately posted, no.
Okay, I just want to see if we can't, get a feel for the competition. Hey, Isaac, do you have any interest in maybe hanging around the wherever the potential fighters are hanging out and sowing seeds of discord, just by being yourself?
Who's Isaac?
Sorry, that was an out of game question for Isaac. Sorry.
Let's see. Is that something Malcolm would do? So, well, actually, he'd probably go around and like try to meet the people that he's about to like fight and be like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" Name Malcolm.
See, here's a biscuit. Check out my eternal biscuit.
Show off the eternal biscuit.
Here's the thing. You quickly notice, because the fights are currently going on, and with the ticket that you have that says that you're competing, you basically get to have free admission. You realize it's kind of a seat yourself arrangement in there, and there doesn't actually seem to be a prep area.
Okay.
As you watch, a new round starts up with a couple of goblins. Yeah, as you say, it turns out that you just can't quite keep them all out, Volkavars. With a handful of goblins on one side and a large orc on the other side, and you see as they are called out, Chief Ulgrin calls out their names, and you're like, the furious battle boys, and the giant flaming Necronomicon wielding Banana Man.
Wordy, but intimidating.
Did you name the other teams as well?
What?
That you see that as they're getting up from the crowd. So it seems that the fighters are in the crowd and coming out when they're called.
All right,
so it's going to be a little bit hard.
Psychological warfare, that's okay.
It doesn't seem to be, unfortunately, and I feel kind of bad that I set it up this way, but because that's
could we like?
That's the reality.
Would it not be possible to like scope out who looks like a fighter in the crowd? Or because it's a tribal gathering, does everyone?
It's not everyone, but there are definitely a lot of them, and you suspect that a lot of them aren't here to compete, but they are here to watch. But you can go ahead and make a perception check.
Could I do an investigation check?
If you want to spend a bunch of time at it, like say during the matches while everybody else is watching and you're kind of like going through the crowd just to see who's there, as opposed to just sitting down and looking out, then yes, you can make an investigation check, but it is going to kind of ruin your ability to do anything else in this time period.
Well, would I be able to do it with enough time to inform Gaspar so he can...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
22.
22, all right. Let's see. One of the first things that catches your notice is that taking up 4 seats in a 2x2 block, there is, in and among the crowd, an ogre who is sitting there. She doesn't. It's a female ogre. She does not get up for any of the matches that are going on, because these matches they generally last less than a minute. Mm-hmm. So you'll have Chief Ogren going out there, and he'll announce it like, "Oh, this is a cool dagger that I found. Oh, this is a prize. It's a +2 dagger. You can get it if you just defeat the other guy." Things like that. This ogre does not get up for any of those, but definitely looks pensive, as though she is waiting for something. You do see a large orc in armor, seems to be a paladin. The armor is hot pink.
Very intimidating. The most feared color.
Very intimidating. Mm-hmm. You see a couple of guys who are, just like they have like these long jagged daggers, and they're just like sitting there twitching and looking around all around themselves and everything, and just like occasionally plunging the dagger into the wood of the bench that they're sitting on. And here's the most interesting thing. There is a rather nondescript orc warrior. The problem with this guy, he doesn't seem like he's necessarily a likely candidate to be someone who's competing, but he notices you. You move close by, and you feel his eyes upon you. Volkervars. You turn around and you realize he is staring at you.
Oh fuck! Is this someone I recognize?
Make an insight check.
17.
17. Okay. You do think that he reminds you of a certain, like the facial features remind you of a certain leader of a certain orc tribe.
Yeah. I'm assuming, would he have any like face paint or markings on his body? Or...
He does. He is wearing armor, and on the armor is painted
the symbol of Thrax.
Yeah, the symbol of Thrax. And he's staring at you. He is staring you down.
Dvokrwaz is going to put his hood up and very quickly...
Very briskly walk away,
yes.
Yeah. Okay. And as you do, the sort of like nervous, finicky guy with the daggers who is like digging his daggers into the bench gets up as he is as a team is called by Chief Ulgrin as a new round is starting. This is a shiny rock that'll allow you to go invisible. If you win the challenge against the other guy, you can go invisible anytime you want, up to 3 times per day.
Just a quick thing, as Vukro like goes back, he's got to try and stealth back into the crowd, because I'm assuming you know who is still watching him. Oh, 19.
You do a good job of melding back into the cloud. Most of the people around you aren't paying close attention.
So when he gets back to Malcolm and Gaspar, I don't even know what he'd say at that point. He'll sit down and he'll be staring at that area.
Yes, you do catch a glimpse as the crowd sort of move around. People are standing up and cheering as the nervous guy who you heard called to the pit buries his dagger into the legs of a Loxodon and kind of like knocks him over. So everybody's cheering for that move, and as they move around, as the crowd is milling over that move, you do see that Thrax person, the Thrax orc, who is sort of like rubbernecking around, like he's looking around for somebody, like somebody has escaped his notice. That's where we're at on that.
So, did you find any likely contenders?
Contenders? Oh, yes. If you look over there, do you see that ogre?
Kind of hard to miss.
She seems like she's... Yeah, she seems like she's waiting to be called up. There's an orc over there in the pink armor. I'm not sure if he's fighting, but that's certainly a look he has chosen. If you look there, that's on a Thrax Flamewalker who've been involved in killing his father.
What?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you roll that back?
Well, over there is an ogre, and she's quite fidgety.
No. A little forward.
The guy with the pink armor, was it hot pink or was it like a subtle pink?
I mean, it's not subtle. You can see it from here.
Why aren't you just looking?
Okay.
Do you need to stand on something?
It's the Flamingo Lord, guys. We have to be careful.
Sorry, what about killing someone's father?
Oh yeah, that was also important.
Yeah, it seems Thrax. The Thrax clan is here.
Clan? You killed the patriarch of an orc clan?
I didn't kill him. It was Defense Minister Grodar that got the final blow. I
just helped?
I just sort of ruined his plan, and they wanted to take Tuska.
Oh, fuck that guy then.
Yeah, they believed that goblins are below orcs and should serve rather than live in our own society. As it
Rat
is.
bastards, gotcha. Okay, yeah, fuck that guy. Let's hope we,
You mentioned that you killed his son.
Yes, the problem is, if he's here, the rest of the clan might be here, and they kind of hold me responsible
Well,
for killing his son.
my understanding is that they're not allowed to commit violence against you at this shindig.
That is true.
They don't really follow rules like that.
And they're probably going to get their asses kicked out, and we're probably not going to get in trouble for self-defense.
Even among orc society, the nomadic clans, the Thrax clan is
Bad news.
a bit of a renegade clan, yeah. So he's absolutely right. They might not abide by those rules.
Like I said, I don't imagine that orc society is going to get peeved at us for defending ourselves. And we're...
Yes, but if the whole clan is here, I'm not sure we can.
Well,
No, of course we can take the whole clan.
I like your confidence, but no. No, we probably can't.
Consider me mistaken then, I guess.
I'm just saying, we got your back.
You got it.
You do?
Yeah, we're all gonna...
Yeah.
We have the same goals. We're going the same place. Work for the same guy. Where if you get in trouble, we'll try and get you out of it. That's all.
I thought you were going to leave and I was going to have to eat.
Ooh, you cut out at the weirdest moment.
Well, no.
I thought you were going to leave and then I... Yeah. Going away.
You cut out in exactly the same spot. Okay, finish this sentence. I thought you were going to leave and I was going to have to...
Eat one of the apples. Scurry away.
That's so good.
No, don't worry about that. See, we're a team. We're Team Velociraptor Starship, and we don't back off.
Yeah.
From our team.
Velociraptor Star. What?
Oh, it's
This is the first time that you're hearing it too, actually.
Starship. A lot of ships use stars as a means of navigation. So I don't know what the fuck a Velociraptor is, but I got the last part definitely on.
Oh, they're fantastic. Unless they're not on your side, then they're a pain in the ass. But I'm not sure where else I was going with that. But no, yes.
I love imperfect dialogue in D&D games. It makes it feel so much more real, you know?
Is there any perfect dialogue? Like, damn. But yeah. Up next! Team Velociraptor Starship!
It does have kind of a nice ring to it.
I like the way. Oh, do we get like stuff like to like you know like when we walk onto this onto you know the
sands of the arena,
like a Pokemon. Yeah, like there's we got our own like entrance music like WWE or something like that.
Does anybody else have any instruments?
No.
Damn, I wish.
Does anyone have? I think it's not prestidigitation. It's the other one that can. Well,
I have
wait.
I have Mage Hand. If I cast it twice, maybe I can clap.
You can only have one Mage Hand on the field at a time.
I'll just give it the hand job simulator I picked up. So it's just floating around, jerking itself.
I don't have.
Jesus Christ.
I don't have that spell, but I have two spells that would work great. So I'm gonna use. I have Mold Earth, and it allows me to control Earth in a specific range, and also I can change its color. So I can like make like a Velociraptor in the ground, and then I can use Gust to create like a wind behind us that like makes our clothes blow in the wind, and then we can walk onto the stage and be like, we're Velociraptor.
So it's a question of how many spell slots you want to use to do that stuff.
Well, actually, those are both at will.
Oh, those are both at will?
Yes.
Oh.
Also,
cool! I didn't realize.
I've got control flames.
Those are both my cantrips. Well, I have like a few, but those are.
Yeah, as Malcolm does that, I'll use the cantrip control flames to sort of make the torches blow up like a WWE entrance.
Oh man, that's awesome!
Technics guy.
And I'll blow the war horn in the signal for certain death.
Wait, ours or theirs?
Hopefully,
mutually assured destruction.
So I use mold earth to create a spot on the pitch that turns into a velociraptor in the ground.
Cool.
It's like a blood red color because I can change the color of it too. And also I'll use gust to create a whirlwind around us that makes our clothes blow in the wind heroically.
Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely, yeah, that's pretty sick. The crowd is eating that up. Team Velociraptor Starship!
It's like, oh, the Velociraptor, like, on a ship. That actually works, man.
And, our opponents, some fucking guy.
And next up, on the other side, returning champions, the Flame Skulls with a Z!
It's not bad.
And this powerful illusion of, like, a flaming skull appears out of nowhere as though an illusion magic has been used. This great skull made out of flame, and who should step out of it but an ogre and a much smaller, a much smaller, sort of like a scrawny half orc. She seems to be like a sort of like a late middle-aged, elderly, sort of like wizened, definitely a caster sort of look. A really beefy orc warrior steps out as well. But as he hops down, someone hops down next to him. It is another orc. A familiar-looking orc to one Volcravars. That orc grabs the first orc by the shoulder and starts talking to him.
Oh, fuck.
As they're having this conversation and everything, and Chief Olgrin is, he's in the back, by the way. He has some sort of enchantment upon him to make his voice boom out more. Now to the rules. The first rule is, there are no rules. Second rule, no magical healing. If you fall down, you fall down. We got our own healers that'll see you back on your feet. Thirdly, wait a second, what number? I lost count. Whatever.
Three. You're on 3.
Thank you, sir. The next thing, no killing. This is not a battle to the death. You hear like a lot of like, you've heard this rigmarole a little while ago, so it's almost like a tradition now, like yelling things at Rocky Horror Picture Show. You hear people going like, boo, stab him in the neck. I know, but we don't do that no more. Getting the strongest warriors to kill each other and all that. But if your strongest warrior kills your second strongest warrior, you only got one strong warrior instead of 2. It's called math. Look it up. And the last thing is just don't use too many of the items. You can use one magical item that is consumable, not counting armor or weapons or things like that. You can use at most one magical item, one potion, or something like that. But no more than that, or you'll get disunqualified. Okay?
But I can use as many mundane items as I want.
Yeah, if you want to just like fucking like fling your flint and tinder at them, then go for it.
I was thinking more like caltrops. And
there's no rule against that. The first rule, there's no rules. Except for all the other rules.
So maybe we could restructure this so you give the regular rules, and then the last rule is there are no other rules. You know what? You just do your thing.
His eyes crossed a little bit. I'm not even sure why I'm saying that like he can hear you and everything. I'll say that he's like right next to you guys making this out right there. He's like, don't step on my scene.
I'm sorry, man.
Rule number 5, don't step on Chief Ogren's words. No upstaging.
I'm sorry. Thrown off Chief Ogren's screw.
As this is going on, ominously, Volcravars, you are watching as this conversation between the Thrax orc is getting heated with the orc champion that has stepped down. It seems to be like almost an argument. And at one point, the Thrax orc kind of like grabs him and like seems to be like verbally threatening him. And if you look really closely, you can see the glint of a knife that he seems to be showing this guy. This guy ends up kind of like backing down and everything like that. And he climbs back up into the stadium, back up into the bleachers, the seats there, and the Thrax orc steps forward as part of the Flame Skulls with a Z.
Hey, Lord Ogren, are they allowed to just kind of swap people out last minute like that?
I don't know, whatever.
Damn. Oh, right, no worries.
The orc and the ogre. Did I say she was a half orc? I think she's a full-blooded orc. I don't know why I said she was a half orc. The other orc, the caster orc, and the ogre kind of like look sidelong at the guy, but he just kind of gives them a dirty look and like steps forward.
Well, I doubt their unit cohesion is going to hold up, so we have that going. That's pretty sure this guy is just going to make a beeline for you there, Volcravars.
Yeah, he is looking at you. He looks like he's looking at your neck, Volcravars.
If we could take him down before he stabs me in the face, I'd appreciate it.
Sounds like a plan.
As you can see that there are these pillars all around. You guys are inside of a giant tent right now, so it's not like holding up anything. The pillars are just for show or for cover or whatever. You've got that.
How tall is
How tall is the tent? It's probably about it drapes over the central pillars and stuff like that, or the side pillars and stuff. Where you're at, it seems to reach a maximum height of about 40 feet. It's a big tent.
How tall is an Allosaurus?
Not 40 feet.
It'll
It's shorter, yeah. I mean, like, you'd have to get into, like, the long-neck dinosaurs before you started getting a lot of things that are 40 feet tall. Even a Tyrannosaurus is only, like, 20 feet tall. It can be 50 feet long, though.
All right. I was going to just do, a quick strategy sesh with Volcravars and Malcolm and be like, hey, maybe you summon your big old dinosaur to keep that big old orc fella busy long enough for us to here for, rather than...
There's also something else that I can do. What I did with the earth there, with our flashy entrance, I can also make difficult terrain.
Oh, definitely fuck him up like that. Like, I want... Listen, this is what I want. I want a fair, clean, no holds barred, no rules orc fight against the two legitimate members of Team Fire Skulls. And the other guy, I don't really give a fuck what happens to him. How does that sound?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah? Everybody on board? We all have the same guiding principles here?
Because that guy seems dangerous, and that dagger gives me concern.
Yeah, he clearly wants to stab this guy in the neck.
Could we break his neck and make it look like an accident?
We could break his neck and not kill him.
True. We can cripple him and not kill him, but I feel like that would mess him
We
up.
can do that.
Yeah, why don't we just aim for his knees?
Yeah.
Like everybody, just like collectively, and then push him into the water, and then deal with the actual... Oh, whoa, what's the prize for this fight?
We haven't gotten that far yet, because y'all are strategizing.
Sorry.
If you remember from the previous fights, he would reveal the prize immediately before starting the fight off.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. That is the information that I needed. Yeah, so do we have any other questions, comments, concerns? We all on board here?
Yes.
You're going to need to sneak up, aren't you? Something like that.
Actually, I don't. There's something on my out of game on my character sheet that says I can expend a reaction to get advantage on a roll, which gives me sneak attack basically all the time, as long as I don't feel like dodging.
But will you need to get up close to do the stabby thing?
Yeah, I stab.
I mean, yeah, you do stab. You can get sneak attack on a ranged attack, too.
Yeah, I have a short bow and 20 arrows. I'm just not a ranged spec.
Yeah, you just need you need somebody to be there within 5 feet of the enemy. You need an ally within 5 feet of the enemy, and you get your sneak attack.
I was thinking of holding them at this little crossing, but I suppose we'll just have to charge through it.
I mean, I don't mind using that to bottleneck them, frankly, if we want to hang out. Am I allowed to ping?
Yeah, you can
just
ping.
Go like 1, 2, 3. How do you... What button is that?
Yeah, you just hold left.
Thank you. So yeah, if we take up positions kind of here, they have no choice but to come to... I mean, if they happen to be range, and there is a caster, we might want to deal with that. sooner rather than later. And then there's just the Big Bertha. So, all right. New plan. Malcolm, if you were to summon your Allosaurus to about here, and do we all have ranged weapons?
I have on my Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
What's the range?
Oh, that's like 120 feet.
So that's fine.
Because I took Eldritch here.
That's right. So it doesn't really enter into it here, but yeah, you're covered.
And Orcalorc?
I can hit everything.
My magic is born from pain. I know I said I don't want to be stabbed in the face, but I kind of also need to be stabbed, like, in the arm, preferably.
You want me to... Alright, listen. This is... I don't want you to take this...
No, I've tried that before. It has to be...
real.
With intent.
Okay. What if I'm intending to stab you in the leg? No, I know.
Everybody's standing around awkwardly while you guys are talking.
Yeah. I mean, there's no rule.
I mean, he spent ages talking to the other one.
About finished, guys.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hypothetically, this is all about the enemy is there, and you don't know the enemy is there, and then the enemy is there, and you have to fight the enemy. So, basically, a minimal of planning. Oh, guys.
That's weird, because I thought there were no rules.
Anyway! He plants a pike down into the dirt right next to him, and the pike has a watermelon stuck through the top of it. Let me introduce the very cool, very excellent prize for this fight. This ancient Castorian boomstick! And he pulls out what seems to be like a large, like, blunderbuss, but not like one of the modern ones that you see coming from like the tinkers of Crescent Island. More like an old piece of arcane technology. It's all like chunky and weird and covered in runes and sigils. And as he stands there, he flips a button on it. Those runes towards the front start to light up towards the front, culminating in like this big bright light. And this massive explosion occurs at the end of this boomstick. And the watermelon is blasted into absolute nothingness, spraying the crowd around it with gooey, fruity viscera.
That could be useful.
Okay! Everybody go fight! And I think next week we will begin with initiative.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, so I will bother you guys next week at the same time.
I feel like we got a plan.
Yeah.
At least I got a
plan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're going to forget it in the next week, though, so don't worry about it.